I've gotten into the habit of late, of waking up in the morning, even before my alarm rings. And I'm not exactly a late riser. 7 a.m. is usually my, wow, I'm sleeping in wake-up time. But of late, it's like my body has this internal clock that knows it's supposed to get up and meet the day. Get up and get to whatever it is that I'm called to get to. Get up and see what is there for me in this very moment to see. Get up, get out of bed, even though a part of me would like to just stay asleep. Because sometimes I wake up at annoying early times, and I think anything before 5 a.m. is annoying. I try my very best to sleep in, especially when I know I can get away with a few minutes and a few hours. But my body just won't let me of late. Instead, my body has been telling me that now is the moment to arise. Now is the moment to wake up from sleep. Even though I usually don't know why now is the right moment to be awake. I mean, certainly nothing is that pressing that it can't wait a little bit more. But it's hard to not wake up when something within me is telling me that now is the moment to arise and live. It's hard to force myself back to sleep, back into the comfortable and cozy cocoon that I would rather reside. It's hard to pretend that now isn't the time to awake and greet the new morn that is breaking into my slumber. Because life is not meant to be lived asleep. What about you? Get any recent wake-up calls lately? What is your body telling you of late? Your body telling you to wake up already? I think that wake-up calls are one of the ways that God's grace helps us to keep awake to the life that is before us. And these wake-up calls come to us when we have fallen asleep in some way, when we have resisted being roused from our slumber, or when we have somehow let a thief into the house of our lives and have lost something of value to us, perhaps without even being fully aware of it. When we are living life asleep, it's good to see they're awake. When we are living life asleep, or even just a part of us is asleep, God's grace will awaken us and guide us to where we need to go, so that we walk upon the most life-giving path in the most life-giving way possible. And sometimes these wake-up calls come from within, in a sense of knowing. Our body's sensitivity to our environment, in vivid dreams, in times of prayer, in our thought processes. The Spirit has mysterious ways of reaching us, speaking to our hearts, and shining light upon us when we need to rouse from our slumber. And sometimes these wake-up calls will come from outside of us, through people who remind us that we need to wake up, from those who are not afraid to tell us the truth when we really need to hear it. The Spirit has powerful ways of reaching our hearts through the hearts of others, to shine light upon our nights, to wake us up. And sometimes the circumstances of our lives also provide us with opportunities to wake up and truly see what is before us and make life-giving changes. These are like night lights to shed some light for us to arise in the dark. Now, these can be a near-death experience that reminds us to live life now and to be thankful for what is right before us. It can be an illness or an accident that reminds us to slow down and change our ways or change our priorities and live life now. It can be any life experience that causes us to question and to look at how we've always looked at things and to nudge us to see things differently, to see the truth that we have already known deep down inside within us, but maybe have not always wanted to admit. Wake-up calls remind us to not take our lives for granted and to see the great purpose that is here for us, before us, and to treasure the moments of life that we have now. Because Jesus saves us to live now, and not just for what is to come. Grace is at work within us so that we can awaken to live our lives now, and not just to be prepared for the life that is to come. For the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ breaks into our lives to wake us up and to keep us awake, not only for what is to come, but for what is now. If we were only to be woken up for tomorrow, being up tomorrow would be enough. Whatever there is for us to see, whatever there is for us to know, whatever there is for us to do, whatever there is for us to get up and to be alive for, is for the now. What about you? Getting the recent wake-up calls? Have the people or the situations in your life been asking you to awaken to life's possibilities in the now? My recent trip to Guatemala was a bit of a wake-up call for me. And I have continued to process what it is that I'm being awakened to. I know I haven't got it all figured out yet. I'll let you know when I do. But this recent experience is reminding me of all that is in my hands to do now. Of all that is in my hands to change so that I can live my life more fully now and more aligned with God's purposes. It's been the gift of grace to wake up my heart, because when things are right here, when things are right within my heart, it spills over and it affects my entire life. My heart is the place where I do all of my battling with God. It's the place where I do all of my waiting for God to show up already. It's the place where I feel all of my yearnings for more of God's grace. The place where I most deeply understand God's ways and discern and learn how to walk in God's paths. And when I'm at peace within my heart and do not learn more anymore there, I have to unlearn a lot. Because deep down, I've got the character of a scrapper. I'm serious. Surrendering to God is not my default. When I'm at peace within my heart and do not learn more anymore there, I unlearn a lot. My hands, they let go of those swords and those spears that I bring into my battle with life, with those things that frustrate me most when I'm waiting for God. And it may be surprising to hear, but a lot about this life and this world and the way things are frustrates me. And it's not always easy to let those frustrations go and to surrender and to lean into God, to lean into God's arms, to lean in and to trust that I don't need to hang on so tightly to my swords and spears when battling life's challenges. And yet, the call of Advent is to lean in and to stay awake and just wait a bit and see what Jesus has for us in the now. To lean in and to stay awake and just wait a bit to see that Jesus can change our swords and our spears into plowshares and pruning hooks. To lean in and to just stay awake and just wait a bit and see that God teaches us to surrender and to garden in peace instead of fighting like angry scrappers trying to deal with life's frustrations. When our hearts are woken up to lean into God is when we are most fully equipped to live in the now. More when we are most fully in line with God's purposes for us. Grace wakes us up to live the best life that we can live in the now. It's not just about waking up for what tomorrow may bring or what eternal life has in store for us, even though those are important things. The unexpected hour that Jesus comes is now. The unexpected hour that Jesus comes is now. We all need grace to wake us up because it's hard to discern what God's purposes are for the now all on our own. I can't do it without grace. It's hard to walk in the paths of the Lord, in the light of the Lord, if we don't know exactly what it is that we are walking into. It's hard to know the day that grace wakes us up to live unless it somehow rings true within our bodies, unless our bodies tell us, now is the time to wake before any alarm comes to remind us. Unless our hearts know what time it is, how now is the moment to wake up from sleep and live. And what about you? Get any recent wake-up calls lately? How has grace been asking you to drop your weapons of battle? How has grace changed them into instruments of peace and taught you to surrender and to lean into God and be awake to life's possibilities now? Advent is an honest season within the church. It's a time when we name the things that frustrate us. Because there are things that we all long for. There are things for which we're waiting. In our waiting time, we're often restless and impatient and find it difficult to trust and to lean into God. Yet Advent is a time within our church that reminds us of what is already pregnant within us, of what is already gestating and waiting to come out and to be born, of the work that God is already doing amongst us while we are waiting for more, of the gifts of grace that have the amazing ability to change our intentions for life and to teach us how to garden instead of battle, how to plant and tend and prune instead of cut off and destroy, how to live our lives working for peace. And Advent is a time of waiting for what is already here, waiting for what is already within our grasp, waiting to be given new eyes to glimpse what is truly before us and within us, waiting to be woken up by the grace of God to the life that is before us in the now. For the unexpected hour that Jesus comes is now, as well as not yet. And so Advent is a time within our church that reminds us that what God calls us to keep awake and to keep watch is not always what we want to be waiting for. Because what we wait for will sweep away a part of us and will leave a part of us behind. And yet what is left behind is left for life. It's left behind for the now. It's left behind to live.